welcome to the Saitama Stadium then as Urawa Reds take on Yokohama F Marinos, week 12 of the 2025 J1 season. Two of the most successful clubs in Japanese football who just can't seem to get it right in the last couple of seasons. In 2022, Urawa Reds are winning the Asian Champions League. At the same time, Yokohama F Marinos were winning the last of their 7 J.League titles. Marinos arrive here, though, second to bottom in the table with just 1 win in their opening 11. Poor so form that the club decided to dispense with the services of their English coach, Steve Holland, on Friday. It sees Patrick Kisnorbo, his assistant, in interim charge. He becomes the club's 4th Australian manager, and how they'll be hoping he follows in the footsteps of Ange Postecoglou and Kevin Muscat, rather than the terrible season they endured under Harry Kewell last time out. Lessons may have been learned, though, from holding on to Harry Kewell a tad too long, which is why they've gone early in dispensing with Steve Holland. And you may forgive Marinos and their supporters for having one eye on the upcoming Asian Champions League Elite quarter-final in Jeddah in Saudi Arabia as they take on Cristiano Ronaldo's Al Nassr next Friday. Well, they've never been champions of Asia, but they have been champions of Japan on 7 occasions. For Urawa Reds, they've been Asia's finest on 3 occasions, all of them since the last of their 5 Japanese titles. Their only J-League crown coming in 2006. It is now 19 years and counting since Urawa Reds have been Japanese champions. But it's felt that Maciej Skorza, the Polish coach, is the man to do just that, having won 6 Polish titles with 3 different clubs. He couldn't do it the first time around, but he did guide them to the Champions League crown. Is this the season Maciej Skorza lifts Urawa Reds to where they want to be, on top of J1? They lie 11th at the start of play, but so tight it is in the top half of the table that a win here could see Urawa Reds go as high as 2nd come the end of the weekend. So another new era for Yokohama F Marinos. It's been inconsistent for Urawa Reds, 4 wins, 3 defeats from their opening 11 games. And Yokohama F Marinos expected to arrive here with that new vigour that's often gained from the new manager bounce. Maciej Skorza, the Urawa Reds coach, was talking about the dangers of that ahead of kickoff. Well, it was 0-0 in the last meeting between these two back in October. Urawa Reds did win 2-1 in the last meeting here in May last season. They've won the last 2 at home, in fact, against F Marinos, and are unbeaten here in the last 6 against today's visitors. Urawa Reds picked up of late, winning their last 2 games, following a 1-0 loss at Avispa Fukuoka, which is actually their only defeat in their last 7, so they're certainly the side in form. Well, Shusaku Nishikawa keeps his ever-present run going in goal in an unchanged Urawa Reds starting 11 from Wednesday's win against league leaders Kyoto Sanga. Yasui and Gustafsson are the double pivot in midfield. Kaneko and Savio offer the width either side of Ryoma Watanabe, who netted the midweek winner. Yusuke Matsuo is again at centre forward, having scored in his last 2 games. He's a former player of Yokohama F Marinos' city rivals, Yokohama FC. Toshi Nakamura is the referee for this one. There's Hoibraten wearing the armband for Marinos. Koshiro Fukushima is the lead VAR. So Patrick Kisnorbo's first team selection shows 2 changes in personnel, but a switch to a back 3. Ryo Miyashi is brought in at right wing-back, with Nagato operating at left wing-back. Asahi Unaka, who deputised at centre-forward in midweek, drops in behind, with Daya Tono as Anderson Lopez, missing against Shimazu S-Pulse, returns up front, but is without a goal in his last 4 appearances, having now scored 100 top-flight goals in Japan. 2 men in charge today. Maciej Skorza, vastly experienced. And after the disaster that was Per Mateus Ergmo in charge of Urawa Reds, Maciej Skorza returned after some time off in August to see out the end of last season, which was something of a write-off for Urawa Reds. They finished in 13th place. They were banned from competing in the Emperor's Cup, the main cup competition, and exited the League Cup in the 3rd round. So it's Urawa Reds against Yokohama F Marinos from the Saitama Stadium. 2 clubs who have been Japanese champions 12 times between them. Nearly clash of heads here. So there will be injury concerns for Yokohama F Marinos ahead of the trip to Jeddah for the final stages of the AFC Champions League Elite. All the quarterfinals, the semis and the final will be played in neutral Jeddah. Yokohama F Marinos and Kawasaki Frontale both there to represent J1. Vissel Kobe didn't make it. Kiznorbo, who's done pretty well in his management career in the A-League, in charge of Melbourne City and Melbourne Victory. Former defensive midfielder or centre-back for Leeds United and Leicester City. 18 caps for Australia during his playing days. Concern here for Miyashi, who's just come back into the team to facilitate playing the 3 at the back. Ken Matsubara, who played at right back last time out in midweek, one of the 3 centre-backs alongside Deng and Suama. It's a horrible collision. It's not looking good, this, for Miyashi. And it's going to be an attacking move here. Mateus, the Brazilian, coming in for Miyashi. Interesting to see how they reorganise, because Jan Mateus, you wouldn't imagine, is a natural wing-back. An unforeseen problem already for Patrick Kiznorbo, just a minute into his first game in charge. And let's hope that Miyashi is okay. It doesn't look particularly good for him, does it? Unless you imagine will go down as a concussion substitution for Yokohama F Marinos. He's hardly got warmed up before this lengthy stoppage. decent record here, although recently they've struggled. Yokohama F Marinos, they've won 13 of their last 27 visits to the Saitama Stadium. And 7 more victories overall than Urawa Reds in this head-to-head between these two clubs. Two of the biggest and most followed clubs in Japan. Just 63 kilometers between them in terms of distance by road, so plenty of Yokohama F Marinos supporters here. Well, the game less than a minute old, and Ryo Miyashi's afternoon is over. Well, the best wishes, of course, to Ryo Miyashi. Let's hope he makes a speedy recovery. That was a horrible collision. Exits the field to a chorus of his name being sung by the Marinos supporters. Confirmation of the change. Mateus, the Brazilian, in place of Miyashi. Actually, most of the games this season, this is his 11th appearance, has swayed in with a couple of goals. He's been a regular starter for Yokohama F Marinos, Mateus. Subura with the throw for Marinos. Savio towards Kaneko. Gustafsson. Shihara. Hoibraten. Danilo Botza, the Brazilian. Yasui. Naganuma towards Matsuo. Just pulled out from the centre to pick up possession. Matsubara, though, running away with him. Savio. Forced back to Gustafsson, but early possession here for Urawa Reds. Botza to Shihara. Flipped over the top towards Yosuke Matsuo. More of a wide player, Matsuo, but centre forward has been a problem position for Urawa Reds for the last 2 or 3 seasons. Matsuo with his goals against Machida Zalvia and Kyoto Sanga in midweek, threatening to make the centre forward position his own. Here's Suwama. Nagato outside him. Too much on that from Suwama. Yokohama F Marinos, who reached the Asian Champions League final last season, beaten by Al Nassr. Hammered 5-1 in the second leg, Al Ain rather, the side from the UAE. Defending champions who didn't even make it through the group stages this season. Marinos threatening to go all the way again. Here's Jan Matthäus. Twisting and turning. Barton sticking with him. Jan Matthäus gets the cross in, and Tono with the shot forces the save from Nishikawa. Jan Matthäus almost having an instant impact. Jean-Claude. Back with Deng. Subura. It's blocked for a throw. Just one win in their last 12 J1 games. They've lost the last 2. Haven't won in 6. It's a 2-0 win at home to Gamba Osaka, their only win in the league this season. Here's Tono. And again, too high for Anderson Lopez. Høybråten with the header away. Tono again. Yamane back to Jean-Claude. Now Suama. Nagato. Matthäus Savio chasing forward here for Urawa Reds. His options centrally, Watanabe was one of them, but it's blocked behind for a corner. Thomas Deng getting back and getting his body in the way to prevent Savio picking out his man. Lovely little touch initially from Savio. Ball finding its way to Jan Matthäus. The space to get the cross in. Tono keeping it on target, but not with the power to trouble Nishikawa. Now Savio, having given that ball away. Winning a corner at the other end. Not the best delivery though. Chance to make up for it here. Sends the cross in, knocked away by Unaka. Urawa Reds throw. Savio brought in from Kashiwa Reysol. He spent the last 6 seasons, 146 appearances for Kashiwa Reysol. Began his career with the Rio club Flamengo, but only featured 14 times for them. Here's Anderson Lopez. Høybråten covering well though. Yokohama F Marinos' league form has been in stark contrast to that of the Champions League elite. They've lost just 1 of 10 games. They're unbeaten in 9, 8 wins and a draw. Defeat in that competition was a humiliating 7-3 loss in Korea against Gwangju. One of the other quarter-finalists making their way to Jeddah this week. Here's Suama. Now Nagato. Brave move, isn't it, to dispense with their manager just ahead of such a big period in the season. And that clash with the star-studded Al Nassr, Cristiano Ronaldo, Sadio Mane in their ranks. Here's Riku Yamane. Suama. Subura. Back from Jean-Claude to Deng. Anderson Lopez. Both teams having spells of early possession. They're really taking control of things so far. Chance of the game, certainly for Diatono though. Good delivery from Jan Mateus. He's only been named in interim charge, Kisnorbo. I guess it's a case of see how you do. Here's Kaneko. If the Champions League elite, he'll no doubt get the job permanently. Ganema to Matsuo. It's a poor ball. Played in behind Savio. Ishihara. Now Høybråten. Yokohama F Marinos actually finished above Urawa Reds last season, but they only finished in 9th position, their worst J1 finish since finishing 9th in 2020 and 10th in 2016. They had finished in the top 2 in each of the previous 3 campaigns. Gustafsson. Gustafsson again, switching the play up towards Kaneko. Trying to go on the outside. Nagato with the challenge though. And the final touch coming off Kaneko. It was their worst finish since 2011 when they finished in 15th position. Also finished that spot in 1999 when they were relegated from J1 for the only time, and only for 1 season before bouncing back. Høybråten. Savio. Gustafsson again. Over the top, and well gathered by Park Il-gyu. The teams involved in midweek action. Yokohama F Marinos beaten 3-2 at home by newly promoted Shimazu S-Pulse. With that 2-1 win against the league leaders Kyoto Sanga, the surprise league leaders. Suwama. Høybråten's header. Here's Gustafsson. Shikawa goes long. Savio beaten to that though by Jean-Claude. Exchange of passes. And it's blocked out for a throw. There's a real engine in the centre of midfield as Jean-Claude, Togolese international, only 21 years of age. Japanese football from Al Nassr, the UAE Pro League club, not the Saudi Pro League side. Club from Dubai. Subaru with the throw. Suwama. Nagato. Cut out well though by Danilo Bozza. Gustafsson to Naganima. Tono. Jean-Claude's. Patrick Norbo will be pretty happy with the opening 20 minutes that he's seen from his side here. They've created the chance of the game so far when Diatono was denied by Nishika was safe. And that's given away rather cheaply though by Deng. Now Matsuo. The opening for the shots, it's a corner if it goes. Yosuke Matsuo scored 4 goals in 22 appearances last season for Urawa Reds. A couple of seasons on loan with Westerlo in Belgium, but only featured 29 times before returning to Urawa Reds last year. Marius Højbråten, an obvious threat in the air, making his way forwards. Tends to weigh in with a goal a season. He's scored already this campaign, Højbråten. Score off that though, it's a poor delivery from Savio, way too high. Kaneko with the throw for Urawa Reds. Leaves it instead for Hirokazu Ishikawa. Watanabe. Wins the throw. Such a creative influence, Ryoma Watanabe. Spent a lot of the time under Mateus Ergmo playing at left back, Watanabe. Seems quite a waste, doesn't it? Touch off from Savio. Now Højbråten. He would have been delighted to see his former club Bodø Glimt qualify for the Europa League semi-finals this week. Cross into the centre from Ishihara, cleared away by Deng. There's Bozza. Touch off by Gustafsson. Now Watanabe. Matsuo. To Savio again, who's seeing plenty of it in the opening 25 minutes here. Gustafsson. Ganema moves the cross in, header back across, but the ball had gone out of play. By the time Kaneko got his head to it. Understand the frustration of Ishihara. It's a lovely ball in, nobody really attacking it though, they were on their heels. And Deng with a relatively easy clearance in the end. There is Deng. Touch back from Unaka. Botsa.
Season in Japanese football for Danilo Botsa, moving from Juventude in Brazil. On his first spell away from Brazilian football, had a spell with Braga in Portugal, but only really featured in the lower divisions for their beating before returning to Brazil. Jean-Claude's. Mateus to Jean-Claude, who fancied it. Picked away though from Naganima. Brighton's header. And Mateus. It's Deng. Four passes and back to Deng again, who spreads it wide to Nagato. From Tono. Marinos throw. Tono. Nagato. Jean-Claude's. Deng, patient build-up from Yokohama F Marinos here. Mateus twisting and turning. Space here for Jean-Claude. I thought a bit too long about the shot, but the ball finds its way in, and Tono almost on the end of it. You just wonder if Deng should have hit it first time, but he hesitated. Attempted shot in the end, deflecting its way through. Header across from Ken Matsubara. An impossible angle there really for Tono. Lost his footing anyway. There's Savio. Watanabe. Hasn't got on the ball anywhere near enough for Urawa Reds' liking. Was late from Nagato. Chance to get Botsa and Højbråten forward from the back again for our Reds. Savio's set pieces haven't been the best so far. Can they find his range here, though? Keeping a high line as possible. Højbråten makes his run. It's another poor delivery from Mateo Savio. There's Watanabe. Not the best ball from him either, and it's picked up by Tono. He's a former J1 winner with his previous club, Kawasaki Frontale. Helped them to the title in 2021. And the Emperor's Cup 2 years later.
Høybråten. Naganima. This is Gustafsson. It's been a half of few chances so far. Urawa Reds have created very little. Yokohama F Marinos, just that big chance for Diatono. Savio. Good turn, that's a better ball. Through to Matchweek. He can't finish it off. He gets the ball back rather fortuitously, though. Here's Kaneko. Now Savio. Oh, it was a nice spot from Savio, but Park Il-gyu was onto it. Well, they often look to Ryoma Watanabe to be the playmaker, but Mateo Savio has certainly taken on that role from the left this afternoon. He's yet to find that final precise delivery, but he's the one testing and probing the F Marinos rearguard. Here he is again, Savio. Now Watanabe. Savio again. Yasui. Ishihara buys himself a bit of time, pulls it back. Yasui hits it, and it's deflected behind by Deng. That was better though from Urawa Reds, finally getting in behind the F Marinos defence. Clever play by Ishihara, tricking Tono, and Deng getting his head in the way of Kaito Yasui's effort. To score this season, Yasui has just 4 in 80 top flight appearances. Can't handle that well enough though. Savio's delivery punched away by Park. Watanabe losing out to Tono. Still going. Savio gets the foot in. Here's Jan Mateus though. Tono again, determined running from him. Bundled over again by Savio. And this time the free kick has been given. Terrific play though from Tono. Wins the first challenge here with Watanabe. Rode a couple of challenges and then finally taken down by Savio. Tono over this. Punched away by Nishikawa. Driven back in first time by Nagato. It's gone behind off Gustafsson for F Marinos corner. Just 2 points picked up from the last 18 available for Yokohama F Marinos, which is why they find themselves in the very unusual surroundings of the relegation zone. Club who have never been relegated from the J-League top flight. Swinging corner. Nagato fires it back in. Didn't get hold of it particularly well though. Long-range effort. Target from Ken Matsubara. I don't think anybody imagines for 1 minute that Yokohama F Marinos will be relegated, but it's just so unusual to see them in the bottom 3.
happens in the next 10 days or so in the AFC Champions League Elite. There's any doubt that results will start to pick up for Marinos after that competition draws to its conclusion. Seen a lot from Anderson Lopez today. The supply line has been cut so far. Yasui's header. No goals in his last 4 appearances, Anderson Lopez. Jean-Claude, too much on that for the Brazilian. He hasn't scored since grabbing a double in the 4-1 win against Shanghai Port in the second leg of their last 16 tie of the Champions League Elite. Minutes to half-time, then 0-0. Scoreline that they played out when they met in Yokohama back in October last season. Deng's header, Nagato. Pressing Deng here. From Matsubara. Kept the ball pretty well, Yokohama F Marinos. They've looked tight defensively, haven't given Urawa Reds any sights really of Park Il-gyu's goal in this first half. Suoma. Now the press comes from Urawa Reds and draws the mistake from Nagato. Ishihara. The ball from Yasui. Here is Anderson Lopez. Supported by Jean-Claude. Yamane. Jean-Claude, it's a good ball into Diatono, who squares it one more, and the flag is up for offside. It would have been offside anyway had he taken it on himself. It's been lively though, Diatono. Looks like their best chance of getting a breakthrough here. Here's Matsuo. Gustafsson picks out Watanabe in space. There's 4 for him to pick out in the middle. Wasn't a bad delivery either. Naganuma, the left back, almost getting his head on it. Savio plays it back in, but overhits it. Well, that's the kind of positions that he can work his magic from, Watanabe. It's a good header by Matsubara just to get there ahead of Naganuma. 6 years since Yokohama F Marinos came away with all 3 points from this stadium, a 3-0 win in April of 2019. The year that Yokohama F Marinos won the title for the 6th time. There's Anderson Lopez. Pushed away by Botsa. Brazilian keeps it in. It's Subura. Anderson Lopez. And gets the corner. He wants to be the one in the centre, not the one out wide creating, but he did well there. Those familiar runs across the back line. Fourth season now with F Marinos. Swinging delivery, oh, it was a free header for Koze Suwama. And he couldn't divert it on target. Pulled away well to find the space. Timed the jump to perfection, but not the connection he would have hoped for. Second big chance in this first half for Yokohama F Marinos. Tono denied by Nishikawa, but Suwama heading it well off target. Would have been his first top-flight goal for the young defender. Just his sixth J1 appearance, Koze Suwama. Nagato's throw. Jean-Claude. Featured for 3 minutes in the end of February, in just the second game of the season away at Sanfrecce Hiroshima, a 1-0 loss, and then not again until the start of this month. He's now playing for the 5th successive game from the start, Suwama. Through the middle here, Deng had to make that and did, but Matsuo picks up the loose ball. Here's Watanabe. It's out to Savio. Foot in by Suwama. And they just about scrape it away, Yokohama F Marinos. First time they've really looked stretched in the first half. Yasui. Kanaka. Ishihara. Flick from Matsuo. Put behind by Deng. It's a Urawa Reds corner. Great piece of defending that from Deng. Had to make that challenge, otherwise Kaneko was in. It's a set piece then from Savio. It's a better ball in this time. It's another corner. Danilo Botsa beaten to it. Seconds of regulation time remaining, but there will be some significant stoppage time because of the injury to Miyashi just a minute into the game. Crossed by Savio. Poor delivery though. Kaneko did well. Jean-Claude getting back to cover though, and then wins the goal kick off Kaneko.
Lovely bit of play. Drop of the shoulder. Took him into a gap where there seemed no right for him to go. Suwama to Nagato. On by Matsubara. Back from Jan Mateus. It's been a first half where it's been difficult for the attacking players of both teams to flourish. By Deng. Ganama. Now back with Høybråten, 6 minutes to be added on. Ishihara. Høybråten. Clipped over the top, Park coming out of the penalty area to clear it away. Had so little to do in the game, probably just wanted to get involved. Here's Yasui. Kaneko. Now Yasui pulling out of the middle. Yokohama F Marinos, though, working so hard off the ball. Getting bodies back behind it when they lose possession, and Urawa Reds have found it difficult to break down. Yokohama F Marinos created a couple of noteworthy opportunities. Can't think of any really for Urawa Reds in this first half. Which, after 2 good wins against Machida Savio and Kyoto Sanga, will be disappointing for them as they bid to move towards the top places. Gathered by Park from Savio. Point in this game would very much keep Urawa Reds in mid-table. As it stands, they would have 17 points. They'd be 4 behind the leaders, Kyoto Sanga. Here's Deng. Now Jan Mateus looking to get on the end of that. Høybråten. And that's going to be a free kick. Danilo Botza it was intercepting, and then he was fouled, the Brazilian. Challenge to perfection on Jan Mateus, and then bundled over by Anderson Lopez. Deng's header. Jean-Claude battling for it. Yes, we won it, but the whistle had gone anyway. Foul on Suwama. Deng going short to Unaka. Now Deng. Yamane. Resists the attention of Mateus Savio. It's a goal kick for Urawa Reds, and that's the way the first half has gone generally.
to say, in the first half, it has looked like two teams are looking to get back to where they feel they should be, but are quite a way off it, in truth. Header from Jean-Claude. First half for him. Very little service for Anderson Lopez. He's been dropping deep to try and get involved. It's not where he does his best football. Shihara. Hoibraten back to Nishikawa. And now Botza. Just lumping it forward, really. Here's Savio. Jean-Claude with the foot in. Savio rides the challenge well, though. Good play from Savio, finds Watanabe, who tried to return the ball to him, but was being fouled in the process. And it's a free kick to Urawa Reds, right on the edge of the area, and right at the end of this first half. It's one of those players, Savio, that just seems to keep going even when he's off balance and being kicked, finds a way through. And that was certainly late from Matsubara on Watanabe. He knew it was coming as well, which is probably why he hurried the pass a little. Now, who fancies this? Matsuo's there, Watanabe. Mateus Savio, of course. Set pieces so far, though, Savio, haven't been the most inspiring. Played well generally, but his set pieces haven't been the best. Surely the last chance for either side to get a breakthrough in what has been an extremely tight first half. There's plenty of candidates for this. Park Il-kyu concerned with getting his wall lined up. Shihara there as well, the right back, but I think it's going to be Mateus Savio. All the other potential takers have made themselves scarce. Mateus Savio, and it's in! Finally, he's on the money with a set piece, and when it matters most, from a direct free kick. And it is Urawa Reds who break through just before half-time. His second goal for the club since joining from Kashiwa Reysol. And in a half where Urawa Reds had created precious little in open play, it is a Mateus Savio set piece. And you have to say, Park Il-kyu potentially has got his wall a bit wrong there, because Savio has just stepped up and stroked the ball into the corner. He's passed it into the back of the net from a direct free kick. And it is Urawa Reds 1, Yokohama F Marinos 0. And it looks as though Mateus Scorcher's side will take a lead into the half-time break. And indeed, there is the half-time whistle. Barely time for Yokohama F Marinos to kick off again. Well, they had chances with Tono and Suwama's headers. And they've kept Urawa Reds at bay in open play. It's been very, very difficult for them to break F Marinos down, but it will have to be plan B for Patrick Kisnorbo in the second half.
Seeing that tight defence breached by Mateo Savio, free kick, stroked into the corner with effectively the last kick of the first half. 6 years and counting since Yokohama F Marinos last won here, and they find themselves behind again as Urawa Reds set a course for a third straight league win. It's Urawa Reds 1, Yokohama F Marinos 0 at half-time. Welcome back to the Saitama Stadium, where Urawa Reds lead Yokohama F Marinos by a goal to nil. Savio's free kick, 8 minutes into first half stoppage time, separating the teams in what has been a really tight opening 45 minutes. Yokohama F Marinos have certainly been tightened up by Patrick Kisnorbo, but they now need to find something going the other way thanks to this man's goal, his second for Urawa Reds since joining the club in the off-season, the Brazilian. And Urawa Reds on course for a third straight win. That would catapult them up to the table. After earlier results today, a victory would see them move into fourth spot on 19 points, just 2 behind the leaders, Kyoto Sanga. So Urawa Reds get the second half underway, leading Yokohama F Marinos by a goal to nil at the Saitama Stadium. Do Yokohama F Marinos have a response in their first game under their interim coach, Patrick Kisnorbo? If they do lose here, by the way, then Yokohama F Marinos would go to the bottom of J1. It would see them below Albirex Nagata on goals scored. Oh, it's a terrible mistake! Awful, awful moment. And it is a gift for Yoma Watanabe. Koze Suwama, the young defender who's come in and done so well in the last 4 games. And what a dreadful end to the first half and an even worse start to the second for Yokohama F Marinos. Oh, goodness me. Mind you, in fairness to him, what on earth were they doing throwing the ball to him in that position? Koze Suwama. Well, he'd have been better off with a missed kick, wouldn't he? But he just got enough on the top of the ball to play it into the path of Ryoma Watanabe, who won't score an easier goal in his career. And it is Urawa Reds 2, Yokohama F Marinos 0. And And the second half for the visiting side has just got a whole lot more difficult. I was talking about them going to the bottom of the table on goals scored, they'll now be bottom on goal difference. With just 8 points from their opening 12 games. Matsubara. What to do with an instant response. It's the kind of thing that happens when you're in the kind of form that Yokohama F Marinos are in. They lose here, they'll be 4 points behind Yokohama FC. Mateus. Subara curls it well past the post. Yokohama FC, something of a yo-yo existence in recent seasons, back in the top flight again. Sometimes when you change coach, you're hoping for a change of tactics, a change of direction, but also a change of luck as well, and it certainly doesn't seem to have happened. Watanabe. Matsuo. Good challenge by Deng. Here's Savio, though. Header away by Nagato. It's going to be a test of Kozai Suwama's character, isn't it? 21-year-old defender, his breakthrough campaign, his breakthrough month, really, April. He only played 3 minutes of professional football prior to this month. And that's one of those moments that, if you survive it, will certainly make him stronger. Savio's ball in. The header on is over the top from Botsa. Watanabe almost apologetically put the ball into the net, didn't he, for Urawa Reds. Into the box, Anderson Lopez couldn't get it away, and then Hoybraten playing the ball over the top. Very different game now, though. There's a confidence again about Urawa Reds. Looking for a third successive win, just one defeat in their last 7 coming into this. Again, the goalkeeper Park Il-gyu under pressure. Savio tried to hit it towards the open goal. And they're causing their own downfall in this second half, Yokohama F Marinos. And if they offer up chances like this to the likes of Cristiano Ronaldo, Sadio Mane and John Duran in their Champions League quarter-final, out before they even get started in Jeddah. Anderson Lopez. Clipped forward by Jean-Claude. Tono. Free kick for Yokohama F Marinos. Just needs some kind of foothold in the game now, some kind of stabiliser after the way they conceded that second goal. Ejan Mateus. And towards Anderson Lopez, it was a good ball. Botsa with the header away. Threatening to get him behind again with Yamane. Yamane twisting and turning. And in the end, the ball safely into the hands of Shusaku Nishikawa. Suwama, here's Deng. The reaction of the Yokohama F Marinos players to Suwama's mistake was terrific, actually. Here's Yamane. Suwama. Yamane to Deng. Yamateus. Watanabe, they're first to the ball now, Urawa Reds, and here's Matsuo. Oh, the angle was against him, but he went for the near post and found the side netting. It's playing in that centre-forward position, isn't it? Gives you that extra selfish, greedy edge that he may not necessarily have had as a winger. It wasn't too far away. It's a decent strike from Yusuke Matsuo. Hoping to keep his run of scoring going into a third successive game. Matsubara. Nudge from Unakar into Høybråten. Matsuo chasing that one, Park well out of his goal this time. Watanabe with the challenge ball stayed in play, but fortunately for Park fell to Marinos player in the shape of Matsubara. Here's Yamane. Nagato. Nagato again. Tono. Gets it back from Nagato. And it's a goal kick. Nothing, it seems, going for Yokohama F Marinos at the moment. Heading for a third straight defeat on their visits to Urawa Reds. Having lost the last two. Being here 2-1 in May. Naganuma. Yamateus. Anderson Lopez was in a bit of space. It's played back to Yamateus, but Savio wins it. Fights his way out of a tight corner. And the Urawa Reds have the throw. Naganuma. Oh, heavy touch from Marius Høybråten. Yamateus. Well to dig out across from there, but Høybråten won the header. Gustafsson touches it to Watanabe. Here goes Mateus Savio again. Good ball to Matsuo. Savio continues the run. Matsuo switches up the attack to the other side, though. Disappointing cross to the end from Ishihara. Heavy touch from Jean-Claude. Savio works so hard. Runs himself into the ground. He's taking a bit of a whack for his troubles as well, the Brazilian.
been a big wrench to Kashiwa Reysol to lose him after 6 seasons with the club. ...31 goals and 146 appearances for them. Oh, goodness me, doesn't get any better, does it? Never used to see goals like that 15, 20 years ago, when the old adage was never play the ball across your own penalty area. Modern game sees players take many, many more chances. Desperation to keep possession and play their way through the lines, but you do see so many more goals given away like that. Here's Deng. Suwama. First real negative for him personally since breaking into the Marinos first team. Particularly good time for the team, of course. Here's Jan Mateus. Suba in support. Unaka lays it off, good chance, goal! Tucked away by Riku Yamane. And Yokohama F Marinos are back in the game. Lovely bit of football to make the space for the shot. And tucked away neatly under Shusaku Nishikawa. Just as they were pairing a couple of changes. Jan Mateus into Unaka. His touch off and a lovely finish from Riku Yamane. And the 21-year-old nets his first career J1 goal. And brings Yokohama F Marinos right back into the contest, 2-1. It's going to be a really interesting last half an hour now. Yamane cancelling out that gift of a goal for Urawa Reds in the first minute of the second half. And it's game on again at 2-1. Scoreline by which they lost on their last visit here. Deng. Double change then. Watanabe and Kato on. Way. Nagato going off as well. Changes for F Marinos. The first one, though, Mateus on for Miyashi, will be a concussion substitution. Then back to Park. Suddenly there's an extra spring in those Marinos steps. Tono. Kato. Suwama. He must be feeling a bit better about himself now. There's Deng. Kato. Tono with the touchback. Here's Yamane, the goal scorer. Unaka. Watanabe.
One sub to another, but too much on it for Red Kato. Urawa Reds making their changes now as well. Tashi Matsumoto is on for Kaneko. Disappointed to make his way off, Matthias Savio. Not surprised, given the way he's played, and he's replaced by Genki Haraguchi. Now Haraguchi, a wonderful player. Returned to the club in the middle of last season, Haraguchi from Stuttgart. Decent career in Germany with Hertha Berlin, Hanover and Union Berlin before his final couple of seasons with Stuttgart. Here is Haraguchi. Sumoto. Jan Matthias. For options, there's 4 bodies in there for F Marinos. Kato with the touch off, continued the run forward, and then the effort just over the bar from Diatono. At the moment, Yokohama F Marinos equaliser is looking more likely than a third goal for Urawa Reds. Certainly steadied the ship, the Marinos. Conceding that second goal. Ishikawa was looking for Haraguchi. His first goal back with the club in a 3-0 win here against Sanfrecce Hiroshima towards the end of last season. Not to get off the mark in this campaign, though, Haraguchi. So the last 25 minutes, Urawa Reds 2, Yokohama F Marinos 1. It was a game where you couldn't see where a goal was coming from in the first half. Still hope for Patrick Kisnorbo, defending his first match in charge. With something to show for it. Botsa. Hoybranton. Cue to Deng. Ganama back to Nishikawa. Yamane. Spread out by Watanabe to Suwama. Yamane again.
See the confidence flood right back into the Marinos players after Yamane grabbed that goal back. The belief is suddenly there again. Here's Suwama. That goal, by the way, lifts them off the bottom of the table, because a 2-1 defeat is better than a 1-0 loss with regards to being bottom of the table. Goals scored, goal difference now exactly the same as Albirex Nagata. Deng. Matsubara. Yamane again. Matsubara. Passes here from Yokohama F Marinos without gaining very much ground at all. Yamane. Watanabe to Matsubara. Reds blocking those routes at the moment. Here's Deng again as they switch it up to the far side now. Suwama. Sends the cross in towards Anderson Lopez, the header away from Danilo Bozza. Matsubara. By Watanabe, Matsubara, Jan Mateus. Can create trouble from here. Good block though from Naganama. He sent it down the line looking for Yusuke Matsuo, but he had no chance really of getting on the end of that one. By Watanabe. Yamane. The ball for an awfully long time now, Yokohama F Marinos. And Urawa Reds with plenty of bodies back behind it. Matsubara. He's finding that end product. Unaka. Deflected away and cleared by Kaito Yasui. Kato. Now Yamane finds a bit of space to clip the ball across to Jan Mateus, who's done well to get that. It's Subara with the delivery. And Marinos win the ball back. Here's Tono. Oh, the touchback for the shot from Yamane, and this time it's high and over. Takes up a good position there, though, on the edge of the penalty area. Good piece of play, determined play from Ren Kato. And so too from Jan Mateus. Subara's delivery just a bit too high for Tono. Good old-fashioned shoulder charge that, wasn't it? was a chance for Yamane. Quite the finish he produced previously, although that did have the aid of a slight deflection on it. Deng. Subura, back with Deng. Urawa Reds, it seems, content to sit in and hold what they have. Risky business at home. Despite their 3 defeats at the start of this campaign, a win here would put them right back in amongst the title chasers, and there's plenty of them. Just 4 points separating half the division. Oh, heavy touch from Yamane. Nice vision again from Dayatono. Savio were top a few weeks ago, and they're down to 11th now on 17 points. There's the slight deflection I was talking about, off the backside of Samuel Gustafsson. It's a bit more than a slight one, actually, wasn't it, when you see it from that angle? For Urawa Reds, Watanabe. Fairly ineffective game for him today, not one of his best, but did score the second goal. And Takahiro Sekine is coming on. Stepping into their bench again. And they're about to come on. With Park. Seems to be a bit of heart in mouth, doesn't it, when the ball goes back to Barkil-Q. Clearly a frustrated outfield player. That's Subura. Jan Mateus. Yokohama. So we're chasing that one, that's a foul, surely. Straight through the back of Suwama. So Dayatono off for Albert. New Amino on for Anderson Lopez. He does go into a fifth game without a goal, the Brazilian. He would have dreamed of going into the Champions League elite quarter-final this week. Quarter-finals on Wednesday, Thursday and Friday. Marinos' match against Al Nassr as the Friday game. Høybråten. Reds in danger of playing themselves into trouble there. Deng. It's been a much better second half performance than they produced against Shimizu S-Pulse in midweek. They were 2 goals up early into the second half before conceding 3 for a 3-2 loss. Off the back of a 2-1 defeat at Avispa Fukuoka last weekend, enough for the trapdoor to be pulled under Steve Holland. Elbe. The Champions League form has been terrific under him, so it is a gamble ahead of that quarter-final. You may feel that things have improved today under Patrick Kisnorbo, but they're still losing. 12 minutes to put that right. Suama. Bratton's header. Bit of distribution from Nishikawa. Haven't always seen that today. Naganama. Araguchi. Hoybratton to Botza. Shihara dispossessed by Albert. That's going to be a free kick. Nowhere near the ball, Danilo Botza. Amano over this free kick for F Marinos. Inside the last 10 minutes. Urawa Reds 10 minutes away from being just 2 points off the top of the table. Amano's delivery, it's a deep one, it's played back across by Suama. Matsubara. Towards Watanabe. Now Albert. Good runner with the ball, Albert. Shifted on again by Watanabe. Suama. From Yamane again. Urawa Reds continue to sit deep and invite Yokohama F Marinos onto them. Kato. Cross into the centre, hooked away in the end by Shihara. Matsuo bundled over, and that relieves a bit of the pressure. So Yusuke Matsuo makes way now for Urawa Reds, replaced by Rio Nita.
Fails to score for a third successive game. Didn't really have too many sights of goal though, Matsuo, just that one from a tight angle into the side netting. And Nitta is on. Just his second appearance of this season. Albert. Kato. Yamane. Now Matsubara to Jan Mateus. Cuts in on the left foot, stands up the cross, Albert with the header bang! Oh, what a miss! What a miss from Asahi Unaka! Two at the stroke of his foot. Lovely play from Jan Mateus. Albert with the header back, and that is the miss of the season. Well, how different this scoreline might have looked had Suama not made his shocking error in gifting Urawa Reds the second goal, and Asahi Unaka touches that one away. What a massive let-off that is for Urawa Reds. And Asahi Unaka, who played his part in the creation of Yamane's goal back for the Marinos. Well, missing a sitter doesn't even describe it. Absolute shocker from Unaka. It was harder to miss and do what he did than it was to put the ball in the net. Just under 42,000 in attendance today at the Saitama Stadium. They are generally the most supported club in Japan. It's a wonderful scene, isn't it, behind that goal as the corner comes in. Laid out by Botza, driven right across the penalty area. Really dangerous ball from Nitta. Nobody on the end of it. Well, there's been a couple of extraordinary moments in this game. Another corner to deal with. Yasui's header. Almost fell for Sakane. Four minutes of regulation time to go. A look of shock on his face. The concession of that second goal and the passing up of the opportunity to make it 2-2. Haraguchi. Naganama. I do wonder if that was F Marinos' moment to take something from this contest. Sumoto wants another corner off Deng. Minutes away from a third successive defeat. The seventh game without a win. They didn't deserve that really. He's had a good game, Unaka. An assist for Yamane's goal. Corner fizzed in. Second ball picked up by Haraguchi. Digs out the cross again, it's 3-1! And that is the game, done and dusted now. The Brazilian centre-back, Danilo Botza, wraps up the 3 points for Urawa Reds. On another difficult afternoon for Yokohama F Marinos, where nothing has gone their way. Clinical header though from Botza. And it's his first goal in the shirt of Urawa Reds. And that is what Genki Haraguchi is all about. What a delivery. And Botza on hand to head it in. It is going to be 3 successive defeats for Yokohama F Marinos. And they are going to sink to the bottom of the J1 table as they head off to Jeddah for the Asian Champions League Elite quarter-final with Al Nassr. Here's Deng. And the Urawa Reds continue to go in the right direction after an inconsistent start to this season. Mate Scorza, it seems, is finding the right blend. They will move up to 4th, just 2 points behind Kyoto Sanga, the league leaders. Well, here's a chance though for F Marinos to grab one back, and it is 3-2, put away by Jan Mateus, but the flag is up for offside. And that just about says it all for them, doesn't it? Good finish from Jan Mateus. That's Unaka. Unaka is offside as the ball comes through to him. Jan Mateus wasn't. It's a lovely sweeping finish. It certainly hasn't been Unaka's second half, has it? Naganama being replaced. Okubo coming on. And Ogiwara replacing Yasui in the midfield. Eighth appearance of the season for Ogiwara. Third for Okubo. Minutes to be added on at the end here. Urawa Reds have made use of all 6 of theirs, the extra one that they get as a result of Nagato's substitution for concussion. F Marinos get the 6, but the opponents get one as well under the concussion protocol. Here's Deng. Well, the scoreline doesn't tell the story really of the game. Incident pack really, after a first half that wasn't a great deal to write home about until Savio scored with the last kick of it. Jan Mateus. F Marinos have gifted Urawa Reds a goal. Should have equalised through Unaka when somehow he managed to miss just a yard out with the goal at his mercy. And then Jan Mateus having one ruled out, rightly it has to be said, for offside against Unaka. Deng. Matsubara. Suama to Deng. Matsubara. Unaka. And that's a goal kick. It won't just be Suama who won't sleep particularly well this evening. 3-1 down, but the scoreline could have been so different had those key moments gone the other way. Patrick Kisnorbo will have to take the positives from the game, and there are a few. Araguchi. The next scheduled J-League match away to Cerezo Osaka on May the 11th, Yokohama F Marinos, and then they're home to Kashiwa Reysol. Urawa Reds have the Friday game next week as they entertain Sanfrecce Hiroshima. Watanabe. Two minutes to go. Tough to take, isn't it, for F Marinos at the moment and their supporters. Trip to Jeddah for the Champions League Elite quarter-final will be a welcome break, but it's going to be mightily tough against Al Nassr. As they attempt to reach the final for the second year in succession. Having reached the final only twice before in their history. Way back in 1990, before last season. Albert clips it away. Chested down by Jan Mateus. Possession back with Matsumoto. Free kick for Urawa Reds. It really was a killer blow, that Botza header. 2 firsts this afternoon. Yamane's first senior career goal for Yokohama F Marinos in J1, and Danilo Botza's first for Urawa Reds. The first game in charge for Patrick Kisnorbo, which is going to end in defeat. And could this be the next step towards Maciej Skorca's first J1 title in charge of Urawa Reds? He's won 6 league titles, but all of them in Poland. Free kick clipped in, too high for Hoybraten. Matsumoto. Giwara. Urawa Reds win it back. Haraguchi. Nitta. Yokohama F Marinos are beaten for the 3rd successive time, and Urawa Reds pick up their 3rd successive win. The first goal for Danilo Botza, wrapping up the points after an incident-packed second half. Savio's goal putting Urawa Reds in front 8 minutes into first half stoppage time. And in the second half, an awful error from Koze Suama, gifting Watanabe the second goal for Urawa Reds, before Yamane pulled one back for F Marinos, and they really should have equalised. Asahi Unaka missing a gaping goal from just a yard or so out, before Danilo Botza wrapped up the win that sends Urawa Reds within 2 points of the leaders and F Marinos to the bottom. It's finished Urawa Reds 3, Yokohama F Marinos 1. Well, it will be a much-needed break in Jeddah for Yokohama F Marinos when they take on Al Nassr in the Champions League Elite quarter-finals, as they attempt to lift the trophy for the very first time. And it's domestic matters that mean more to Urawa Reds, having lifted that competition 3 times since winning their last J-League title in 2006. Their only title actually in the J-League era. Their previous 4 titles were all won in the amateur era of the Japan Soccer League. But 3 successive wins now, having won just 2 of their opening 9 games, lifts Urawa Reds into 4th place and 2 points behind the leaders Kyoto Sanga, who I don't think anybody really believes are going to stay at the top of the table. But they're right in there now with the likes of Kashiwa Reysol and Kashima Antlers, who have made strong starts to the season. There's 11 teams who will believe they can win the title. Vissel Kobe have climbed back into the top half as well. But for Yokohama F Marinos, it's going to be a long way back for them domestically. And their best hopes of qualifying for the Champions League Elite again are probably by winning the competition. But it is going to be mightily tough in the week or so ahead in Saudi Arabia. A lot of good sides in there. The 3 Saudi Pro League teams, and of course Kawasaki Frontale amongst the quarter-finalists. The support remains unwavering though from the Yokohama F Marinos fans. 3 straight defeats, 7 without a win now, and just 1 win from their opening 12 league games sees them rock bottom on goal difference in J1. And they've played a game more as well than Albirex Niigata, who are just above them on goal difference in 19th place. Hoping to get a bit of post-match reaction shortly from the Urawa Reds camp.
試合を決定づけるゴールを決めました。あのシーンどのように振り返られますか?
Uma jogada que a gente sempre trabalha durante a semana, né? Bola parada. A gente vem de uma sequência de gols de bola parada, né? Isso demonstra o trabalho da nossa equipe tática da bola parada e graças a Deus consegui fazer esse gol.
そうですね、セットプレーからのセカンドボールだったんですけど、一生懸命やってるセットプレーの練習をやっぱり試合になって結果出せたというふうに思いますし、自分たちの武器になっていると思いますので、やっぱり引き続き頑張っていきたいというふうに思います。
こちらに来た時も非常にいい笑顔を見せてらっしゃいましたけれども、ご自身にとって J 初